Anyway, welcome everybody back to Jaraci Cup number 17. More games in Group B here. This is between Lieutenant Morningwood, or Lieutenant Morning Tree as it says here, and Just Carrier. Now this is a Just Carrier replay, so I'm sure we've got a really legendary info, don't we? Good, good. What? What? What am I looking at here? Anyway, Carrier's gonna grab Saban, Lieutenant Morningwood is gonna take Conf, and then it'll be Torn Crater. And then it looks like same factions on the Shallows for game 2. What am I looking at? Like, I get it's supposed to be like the trees speak Vietnamese type of meme, you know what I mean? But like, I love him too, I love him too. Don't ever change, Carrier, don't ever change. Well, here we are in game 1. The dunes speak trees? Oh, is that what it said? Hold on. Oh, okay, I see, I see. Oh my gosh. Always, always. Well, looks like it's gonna be ref mode first here for Morningwood. And Just Carrier going for his SC as well. Notice how quick the carrier production upgrade is coming out. Alright. There was a lot of discussion about this earlier. Apex wanted to see, you know, what timing he should be getting that with. This is the timing, right away. You know, he's moving up to 2 base. Okay, time for production upgrade. And in fact, he'll get it before LAV Fed because it takes longer to tech. So, just some food for thought there. Ref mode is done. I always hate this guy trying to go back to the carrier. Like, no, just stay here, would you? But he'll figure it out eventually. And it's 5 on the main, 3 on the second. Kind of an interesting distribution. I think Sandskimmer Fab is really late, though. Go extra production, you can't afford upgrades. It might be so, but on 2 base, you really are going to start floating if you don't get that extra production line, even if you're getting the ups. So I think it's best to do it this way. But yeah, Sandskimmer Fab was exceedingly late here for Lieutenant Morningwood, or Morning Tree as it is in this case. So we'll see if Just Carrier can punish or not. I mean, this is a very, very big map. But, you know, he will be able to exploit this this moment where his opponent is kind of being a little bit too greedy, perhaps anyway, by forcing him off the base for a little bit, making him waste some time. Well, in any case, I would wait to put on the RU miners here, because the full saturation is nice, but you're actually probably going to float RUs in that case. And you can see Just Carrier's keeping his bank really lean here, right? He's actually gotten Assault Pack started, yeah, so... You know, he doesn't really need these 2 RU miners, and if you get in, they'll actually delay the LAVs by quite a lot, which makes it harder to punish people being greedy like this. 0 Sandskimmers on the field, by the way, and that makes me worried. So I think he's playing this just right. And yeah, the vision, he's just fanned out across the map. He has like God vision on everything in the map, which is pretty nice, you know. You can't argue with that. Assault Pack is going to be done pretty soon as well. That's really going to empower him to do some damage on this front line. And we'll see what Morningwood's choice is. It's straight to Honor Guards. Holy crap, he hasn't built it. Well, okay. He actually does have a single Sandskimmer here, but that's it. Never mind, he had 2, and now he has 3. But still, you know, this is gonna be pretty rough. Like, I think you're being way too greedy. And Honor Guards would be nice to have, but you gotta temper your expectations, you know, get those a little bit later. Like I said, boost is already done. That's gonna be really nice. 2 salves dead. Well, there will be in just a second. Okay, there we go. Third one gonna fall, perhaps, but maybe not. Ah, that's tragic. You could tell he really wanted to stick in there and just get it, but it looks like that's not going to be. Oh, he's gonna just dive past the carrier to kill it. Oh my gosh. Well, it's expensive for him, but still, he gets 3 salvagers there. And he'll just expand up to 3, and as long as he can keep his his opponent contained here, you know, he'll be on 3 faster, even though he actually got it set up a little bit slower. So, this is actually a very, very good game state for Just Carrier. Probably wrap over here and try and attack where the enemy carrier is not. Railgun armor teched as well? I'm not really sure what that's for, because obviously he doesn't have any railguns out, but perhaps he's building them now. But Just Carrier is teching damage too, and it's going to make it really hard for these skims to fight back. Yeah, I think you're going to lose some salvos on third base most likely here. Also, because the carrier went over here to defend, now it's going to have to make an even longer trip to get over to that side, so that's going to be pretty rough. And it looks like for Just Carrier, the follow-up is going to be Fighter and Gunship Fab. Morningwood is going for Assault Ships himself. I think I would just fight the skims first here, because you do win that fight. But either way, Just Carrier is happy already, because his opponent is pulling off the base. So even if he hasn't killed the salvos yet, he's done the damage. Now, I think that might actually be an honor guard, though. That could definitely change things. I don't know kind of carrier lights very well. This one's blinking, but I'm not sure what it means exactly. Yeah, that's an honor guard. Alright. So that's good news for Morningwood. He'll be able to kind of stop the siege here pretty soon, but we'll see what Fighter and Gunship can do. I mean, if Just Carrier just goes straight to bombers and tack stacks in, that's gonna be bad. So, that light is honor guards in particular? Oh, that's good to know. And yeah, we're gonna have Tactical Bomber Fab on the queue, so that's pretty good. Now here, I'm not sure if you want carrier production upgrade to get the third lot. Well, you probably do. I think you'll have the money to triple pump the bombers after it's done. But it looks like he's going to prioritize other things. He could go for LAV armor as well if he wants it. And that would be reasonable to do now that he sees the honor guard out. It's going to make itself known, does a lot of damage there. Now, the skims are faster than LAVs, but LAVs, of course, have that boost that's going to allow them to regroup here before the skims can get on him. And Just Carrier made the bold choice to make no choice, so now he just kind of has a lot of money in the bank. I don't think they even get one shot without any armor at all, but it reduces how much damage they take, so it's always going to be nice. Interceptor Fab. Oh. Yeah, I guess I didn't even consider this because it's teching so wide, you know, but that could be good. That could be good. It's like Carrier is getting the production upgrade here, but yeah, he'll have to do this. Queue one of those up after the other one is finished. And that's going to delay when the bombers strike by quite a lot, which is going to allow more interceptors to be out on the field. So we'll see. We'll see. This could be interesting now. You know, even if the bombers are going to die for it, if they could kill this honor guard, Just Carrier would still be allowed to just sort of have free reign of the map here. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens, but it's a unique sort of build for Morningwood. I like the scouts, by the way, but what he really wants to see is if there's air tech. It looks like he will. There's no stopping it. So Just Carrier is going to launch the bombers here. He's going to say, okay, look, you know I don't have the 3 bombers done yet, but we're not going to be able to hide this tech, so let's just go for it. But the interceptors are in the air, and actually I think Just Carrier might have seen it for just a moment there. Now you can use LAVs as anti-air, but they're not very good at it, so he needs to be careful about this play. Again, I think that honor guard is the target. Yeah, but you would have expected he just has a couple of missile ships or something, right? But no, that's interceptors, and interceptors are very, very good at killing bombers. At intercepting bombers, as it were. I mean, it's literally their main job. Ouch! This guy's down to 32 HP now. The interceptors are gonna make a flyby, but one of them almost dies there, and they don't actually fire the missiles out in the end. But he's gonna dock 3 of them. It looks like Just Carrier is docking that bomber as well. Like, he knows this guy is way too close to dying. He's gonna try and back him out of there. This is very, very tense, because again, like, if the bombers can find the honor guard, I think this fight is just over for Just Carrier, but if the bombers just get killed by interceptors, it's kind of just over the other way. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see if I was right. Honor guard is dead, so now the LAVs can just sort of do what they like. They have armor 2 as well, so they're very, very strong, although I guess the health bars are low, but still, you probably just can't fight this. Raiding is done, but that's all. Third base is evacuated. Yeah, what are the numbers here? 16 to 16, yeah, I mean, if you have the upgrade lead, I favor you there, although one of them's gonna get killed here. No, he didn't have honor guard anti-air yet. Would have been nice to have, but it's pretty hard to slot that in. Yeah, that's the thing, like, Carrier can't just be brazen here, right? Because then all these guys can die pretty quick, having such low health bars, so this is still a little tough. Support Cruiser anti-air is done. That's going to give some cover for the, well, for the bases, really. It's not going to do much for the front line yet, although I see he's building quite a lot of SCs. Here come the interceptors. This guy's moving to try and get the interceptors to miss some shots on him, but I think he's just dead. Fortunately, there's already replacements, so that's okay. And it's going to be Battlecruiser Fab, too. Oh my gosh. Alright. And as you can see, Just Carrier has money to tech everything right now. You know, I still think he wins this fight, but it's like, it's really a lot easier said than done, because again, the health bars being so low is not doing him any favors. Would have to be microed pretty carefully. Oh, and this is not careful. Ah! Uh-oh, Morning Wood jumps on top of the LAVs. Again, the health bars are so low. Well, the LAVs kind of pulled out of that a little bit better than I thought they would, but still, I mean, taking an even trade is not what you got all these upgrades for, so that's pretty unfortunate. Base runners are just moving around to try and get some anti-air cover set up. Uh-oh, and it's a fight with the skims again. Actually, a bomber is being tasked here, but bombers are, of course, not very good at killing strike craft. It's gonna try, but again, it's not really very good. It's not what it's designed for, and the interceptors want to have a piece of them too, but they failed to fire any missiles on that pass, which is pretty awkward. Yeah, I think he's dead now. Ouch. Camera's going crazy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that happens sometimes when you leave the map. Rail armor 2, by the way, he does have rail tech, don't forget. Uh-oh, looks like he accidentally moved the PCs. That's always a bit awkward to do. Oh wait, no, he did this on purpose. I see. The PC and the carrier are gonna flip here. Well, the problem is, there are 2 Soban BCs out there, which are pretty tanky, and they're also pretty good at killing honor guards because they have that long range, of course. Support cruisers here for some anti-air capability. Healing for the BCs. This looks pretty good. Now, what's happening on the other side? Looks like these skins are being sent back home. That's a lot of heavy railguns, though. You can see these BCs are going to be a bit more fragile than you would expect. I think this is actually a... Is he still being shot through the smoke? What? Okay, no. Yeah, he is. What's going on here? Anyway, this is probably a case for the bombers, though, because even though they will die for it, they can kill most of these railguns. But the BC falls. Let's It's not really the start to this fight that Just Carrier wanted. He's got a couple more building, though. Sandskimmers are stuck in here to try and do something, but this seems like a little bit inefficient, to say the least. Oh, the missile ship barrage is so good! It actually just kills the BC outright. Holy crap! Whoa! That's not supposed to happen. Yeah, I really think Carrier needs to have launched the bombers here. Like, the Honor Guard is not even really the target, it's these heavy rails that you need to kill. He's got range calibration, by the way. Ooh. Either that or make something happen on the flank. It's not easy to fight this at this point. Okay, here come the bombers. Can the intercept these too, but I think there's actually quite a lot of anti-air cover on this side of the map. Yeah, and Morningwood's gonna see it and say, okay, yeah, we can't go in there. Bomber comes in. Oh, look at that hit on the rails. That's what I was talking about. Yes, the bomber is going to die here, but that's totally okay. Like, imagine if he had done that when there were still 4 battlecruisers alive. Oh, that'd be bad, right? That'd be bad, alright. Oh, were there only 3? Well, there's gonna be 4 in a moment. Never mind, there's gonna be 3 again. This game just loves to prove me wrong, doesn't it? Range calibration is on. That lets these heavy railguns outrange the battle cruisers, but not by a huge amount. Smoke's gonna be used, so this guy is safe. But you can see these railguns are fighting that Savon BC pretty strong here. Yeah, you don't want to take one-for-one trades, which is what this is looking like so far. Well, then again, there's the smoke. There's the smoke. Morningwood has bombers now, though. And the missile ship barrage does a lot of damage. Oh my gosh. I saw 2 heavy railguns go down during that time. Maybe 3. I see a 3rd wreck burning over here. Carrier missiles, though, making themselves felt. And I ain't talking about the fabric. Oh, I was like, why is he missiling his own railguns? Actually, Just Carrier is throwing ALMs out there to try and just bother the enemy railgun force. It's kind of a fun little strat. But yeah, now that the BC is retreating, the railguns can just turn off calibration and hunt it. So this is pretty rough. I think this one's gonna die too. Smoke could have been used to buy a bit of time, but either way, he was probably gonna die. Yeah, Morningwood is just being sheepish about it because he knows that support cruiser anti-air is done. Is it not? Wait, what? It is, though. Okay, I think the DOK replay is just bugged out. Support cruiser anti-air is definitely done. I don't know why that's showing that it isn't. Yeah, look, there they are firing. Okay, let's just not even think about it. Oh, right. This was the hack that we did to get the skin working. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, 16 HP on this guy, but still, the bombers didn't really get anything except killing an anti-air turret post here, and those can be replaced. Oh, this is getting complicated. Morningwood was denied his 3 base for a long time here. So that is going to be a little bit rough for him, but I think he traded a lot better during those fights. T-break, yes. Yeah, you can see it in the units lost tab for sure. I mean, look at the difference in units lost there. But you know, if your opponent has been on 2 base instead of 3 this whole time, it's not exactly like hopeless. Just doesn't feel great. That's all. Interceptor's gonna do their thing in mid, kill off 2 base runners, none of them die, very nice. Yeah, I would have actually kept these base runners back home and just be putting down more anti-air turrets when I have the spare money, because I think that actually the backstab is eventually going to become a thing with the Oh, that's why you're not extra. Yeah, exactly. Actually, an anti-air turret post, like, right here might be very good as well, but it's a little bit harder to keep it alive, so you might not choose to go for that. So another push by Just Carrier here. It's 3 BCs. Smoke deployed there right before the next volley, but actually these heavies turned off their range calibrations. They weren't going to hit him anyway. Still, it'd be good to get that health back. Wave 3 start, yes. I mean, really though, this is brutal, man. There's a lot of units dying here. And this time there are 4 BCs, by the way, but one of them is stuck so far back, it's going to be hard for him to contribute very much. Honestly, I think maybe just having a couple more, I think having a couple more bombers would have been good here. BC gets taken super low by the barrage, one of them falls to the railguns. This is crazy, dude. A couple base footers being built? Is this for, like, smoking? I'm not sure what that's for. This wave pushed in deeper, though, that's for sure. There's 3 BCs left, there's still another one building. And I think that the railgun army is dead here. I think there's nothing left. Wow. Well, if at first you don't succeed, come back with more BCs, right? You know, in a situation like this, I mean, yeah, you're gonna take losses, but you just gotta launch the Air Force, right? I don't think there was any reason not to here. Sonar guard was left alive, by the way. Okay, now he's launching the Air Force, but I think it's a little bit too late at this point. And there you go, the carrier falls. In fact, this BC didn't even die. I think interceptors have 2 packets, so it's kind of difficult for them to do damage to such armored units. What a game, man! That just went on and on. Sub-1 BC is so OP, man. No, I think that was a pretty good demonstration that railguns really are the answer to Sub-1 BCs, but it really was those bombers killing the railgun blob. Like, I think that Just Carrier needed to do that earlier even, but, you know, he figured it out eventually, and it's just so much money to lose there. It's really hard to come back from that. Well, if that's game 1, let's jump into game 2. This can only get better. Yeah, and rightly so. I mean, those guys are gonna die, but they're gonna get their damage done before they fall, so I think it's probably fine. Well, game 2 is on the shallows. This is Lieutenant Morningwood's pick, I believe. Oh, I've got too many lessons to learn about macro games. The real lesson that I've learned is just never do that. On this map in particular, or just in general? Alright, we shall see. We shall see. Looks to me like SC first opener for Just Carrier. This is probably ref mode for Morningwood as well. Yeah, he's got the money for it. Yep, there it is. It's just interesting seeing this guy come out here. That's not the... Yeah, that's the 6th Salvager. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think last game he was being too greedy. This game it's even a little bit harder to punish the main base, but the 3rd base is very exposed, so we'll see what he ends up going for here, but I'd like to see Sandskim or Fabiter out this timing. You know, he did retire that base sprinter, he doesn't have very good vision. Of course, Just Carrier is going eco. He sees that probe, so maps will be okay. Alright, good. I want to see it, man. I want to see it. You know, when Shallow's ult first came out, I made this map, by the way. I don't think it's, like, very good, but it's, you know, better than the vanilla Shallows. When Shallow's ult first came out, people were just, like, rushing constantly because of all this air up here. And then they realized that rushing wasn't really super good on this map, so they just go eco all the time. But it's good to mix things up a bit. Kalash Teeth ult. Yeah, how would you do that? And when are 4 base maps coming out? Actually, the vanilla Shallows is a 4 base map. But you know, I've thought about it before. Like, what if this map had like a base over here or something, right? That'd be kind of interesting, but 3 is kind of tried and true for DOK. Carrière Production is coming out for just Carrière. It's getting AV Fab as well, that's almost finished. Yeah, and again, Morningwood, with only 1 Sandskimmer here, he's already made his 2nd PC and he's moving out to his 3rd base. It's still pretty, aggressive. How difficult is it to make maps? Well, it's actually not that bad. Oh, I used to really know how this is done. Basically, you take a picture of it so that you can, like, figure out what the distance of things are, and then you just put where they should spawn in a text document. Yeah, well, the problem is that, like, if this is only LAVs even, I think he's going to be in a little bit of trouble, but it's AVs too, and Morningwood just doesn't have any tech at all, so the AVs are out on the field now, they're getting armor 1. I have a feeling this is going to be a punish. Yeah, well, you can get away with 2 PC before tech if you see this guy, the Coalition player, going for his 3rd base as well, but otherwise I think it really is just too greedy. But Morningwood, he, you know, to his credit, he knows what he's doing. He's going to back away with the carrier here. He's getting ready for the defense. Yeah, Probe is out. He's like, is this really what's happening? Okay. Probe dies, but that's okay. He got all the information that he needed. You have ideas for maps? Well, good. I'd like to see them get made. Could always use more maps in DOK. I really wish we had a proper map editor, but you know, we make do. I might actually cancel this last AV so he can get his SC out without having to get another logistics module. But either way, AVs are starting to hit, and this is really well coordinated. They're hitting on both sides at the same time. Time to make some pull. Yes. Well, there's a heavy railgun out, so there's some defense, but you never want to see your Yuko in this scenario. This is bad already. In fact, I wonder if you can actually just chase down the PC. Oh, and the railgun's gonna die. Okay, that's actually gonna seal the PC's fate. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, it's true. He is coming in from 3 angles. Oh my gosh. That's not supposed to happen. Uh-oh. PC falls, that's always pretty bad. And yeah, Morningwood knows, like, yeah, there ain't no coming back from that. He's just gonna GG out. Just carrier, really good punish right there. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful trying to push that greed a little bit too far, because this is what'll happen to you. And I think that's a great adaptation too, because in game 1 it was very greedy as well, but the map is so big, you know, he could kind of get away with it. He managed to get that honor guard out. This time, not a chance. Not a chance.